Hello and welcome to a beginner's cardio routine for upright Bowflexes. My name is Eric and I'll be working out on a Bowflex XCEED, but you can do this routine on a Bowflex XTREME or a PR 3000. Now all of our lifts in today's routine are going to be from this bottom set of pulleys down here, so you can start running your cables if you need to. I've got mine in the widest position down here, and then up here I have it in the second widest position up top. You also don't need the seat for this routine because we're going to be up and moving. This is cardio. Another piece of gear you're going to need though is going to be a yoga mat, because we are going to be lying down on the floor for a little bit of this, doing some leg pulls to crunches and some sit-ups in here. So grab a yoga mat if you're not on a soft surface. And finally, if you sweat a lot like I do, you probably want to grab a towel, because this is cardio. So what makes this routine cardio? Well, we're going to be doing a lot of compound movements throughout this routine that are going to be designed to kind of raise our heart rate up, and we're going to keep it up there by having short rest intervals between each set. And we're going to do that all with this clock behind me here. We're going to be doing 25 seconds of work, and then we're going to have either 25 seconds or 20 seconds of rest. Now, the way this routine is going to work is we've got 8 different exercises that you can see on the screen here, and basically we're going to do them one at a time down the page, and then we're going to loop back and do another circuit. So we're going to do a total of 3 circuits to complete this whole routine. Now, I'm going to have this exact same routine as both an intermediate and advanced routine on the channel as well, if that's where you're at. Basically, those will either have longer work intervals or additional sets or additional circuits throughout this routine. So if you are ready for some beginner cardio, and I hope you are, well, we're going to be racking up our weight in just a moment. Oh, and that weight, we are going to have the same weight through this entire routine. So that's going to help us move quickly between each set. And I'm going to have a few different weight recommendations. So before we rack that up though, we're going to have our warm-up. And before we get into our warm-up, I hope you hit that like button. And now let's go ahead and get into the warm-up, and I'll see you right back. Let's get it going with some jogging in place or some high knees. And high knees are just an exaggerated march, alternating legs, or you just go nice little jog here. And we're going to do this for about a minute 15 here. And as we do this, we're just trying to get our body warm. And I'm going to go ahead and demo all the different exercises we'll be doing on the screen here. First up, we have an upright cable row. And then we're moving into some lunges. A lot of people don't like lunges. Give these ones a try. I've been working on this one for a bit, and I think you might like it. Then we're moving into bicep curls. And then some more leg work with some goblet squats. And then we're going to sit down on the ground and do some seated cross rows. And then from there, we're going to lie down on our yoga mat and do some leg pulls to crunches, and then finally some sit-ups. Now, if you can't do crunches or sit-ups, just do the leg pulls, and that's going to work your lower abs and your core as well. So as we wind this down, we're going to go into some saucers. So for saucers, you're going to pretend your nose is the center of a spiral and trace that spiral, making bigger and bigger circles until the spot where you can't make bigger circles, and do a few of them like that. Loosen up your neck, and then we're going to change directions to full extension spirals and then slowly bring it in. Okay, nice. Same concept with your arms. Stick them out wide, and then we're going to make little itty bitty circles here and make them bigger and bigger. We're trying to loosen up our chest, our back, our shoulders. And now we should be at almost full circles here. Do a few of them, full extension. Now let's change direction and bring them in. Slightly smaller and smaller. Okay, once they're all the way extended out, I want you planting your arms out wide, plant your feet out wide, and then spin back and forth. Do a nice torso twist. Loosen up your spine and your lower back with this. Oh, this one always feels good. You can feel kind of a nice crack in your back sometimes. Okay, next, body weight squats. Arms out in front of you, and then you're going to drop down and go as low as you can comfortably go, and then raise up out of this. Your arms, use them as a counterbalance. Otherwise, people want to lean forward, and when you lean forward, that puts a lot more pressure on your ankle, your knees, and your lower back. Try to go straight down. And try to not have your knees way ahead of your toes when you do this. But go as low as you can comfortably go. Just a few more of these. And now we're going to move into a lunge. So for a lunge, you're going to put one leg way out in front of the other, bend it, and then just kind of loosen up your legs here. And you can also bring your hands up above your head. And if you can only hold it for a second or two, that's okay. Just raise out of it. And now we're going to switch sides. Lunge it up. Also raise it up. Be careful not to slam your knee on the ground like I just did. Okay, finally, we're going to finish things off with a forward fold. Just reach down, legs pretty close together, and try to touch your toes. You can do a slight bend on your knees, that's okay. Or you can keep them straight. And just keep holding down. Okay, so let's go ahead and rack up our resistance. 3 weight settings. Heavy weight setting, I would say 80 pounds for this routine. That's 80 pounds on each side. Medium, 50 pounds. And a lightweight setting, you could either do 20 pounds of power rods or 30, depending where you're at. I'm going to be racking up 80. Been doing this routine a few times, getting prepared for this video, and I'm feeling good. And with this all racked up, let's go ahead and start talking about our first exercise. So we're going to start things off with an upright cable row. And you could be facing the tower for this, or you can face away. And then what we're going to do is just grab these handles here, and you're going to stand up nice and tall, and then just bring them up kind of towards your armpits here. And then you're going to slowly drop it down. So I want everybody joining me here when that clock hits 0. That's the start of our first set. All right, let's go. Let's work, everybody. Now, as you lift these handles up, I want you exhaling, inhaling as they drop. Okay, and that's our first set. Now, our next set is lunges. One thing I'd recommend is if you have that yoga mat, you can put it right underneath here if you're prone to slamming your leg against the ground. So now you're going to grab one handle, curl it up, and that side where you're curled up, that leg you want to plant, and then what you're going to do is step back and then raise up out of that lunge. Alternatively, you can do this without the handle, without the resistance, and just do it all body weight. That's okay. And as you do this, you can hold onto the backrest here and just raise up out of it. Just be really careful not to bang your knee. Okay. So we're just going to switch sides here. And again, you can use this yoga mat to make sure you're not slamming into the ground. If you don't need it, I'm going to kind of toss mine aside here. And another thing too is you really don't want to be pulling on this backrest as you go up. So let's go ahead and get into it. Other side. Now if you're already feeling a little gassed from lunges, this is the hardest exercise in this routine. So just keep pushing. And again, you can also do these without, you could do them without holding the handles. Now our next exercise, you definitely need to hold the handles. It's going to be bicep curls. So facing this machine here, you're just going to grab both handles, and my feet are just out off the platform, and my curl up these handles up towards my shoulders, just like this here. And that's it. All right, let's curl, everybody. Inhale as you're lifting that weight up. No, exhale as you're lifting it up. So as those power rods bend, that's when you exhale. And stand up nice and tall. You don't want to be putting your back or your hips into this. No momentum. Okay, nice. Our next set, what we're going to have to do here is we're going to open up this carabiner clip, and now you're going to clip it to the other one. So now my weights or my handles here are clipped together. And then we're going to raise this up here into a nice goblet squat. Now, if this is too much weight for you, do those body weight squats that we did in the warm-up. Everybody else, though, hold on to those handles and do them goblet squats. And I still want you thinking about your form. You don't want to be falling forward. Think about where those knees are relative to your toes. Okay, there we go. So we can unclip these now. And we're going to move into a seated cross row. So I've thrown out my yoga mat here. And now I'm going to grab these handles. I'm going to grab the opposite handle so the cables are crossing over in front of me. And then I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And I'm going to pull these handles back towards my shoulders and then release. So exhale as those power rods bend and focus on sitting up nice and tall. And if you're getting pulled towards your machine, put your feet right on the base of the machine, and I'll give you some distance. Okay, so from here, this gets a little tricky. You're going to open up these handles here and put them over your feet. And this is going to be setting us up for our leg pulls to crunch. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to lie down on our yoga mat here, and we're going to alternate pulling legs as you do a crunch. So this is kind of like a bicycle crunch in a way where we're alternating legs and going up each time. And you can even throw a little twist in there. I'm going to just go straight up though. So pull that leg in as you go up. And if you can't do crunches, I just want you pulling these legs up nice and high. That's okay. Just back and forth like this. And feel that engagement in your lower body here and then also in your hips. Okay, so for this final set, keep your legs running through these handles here, and we're just going to do sit-ups. So imagine, somebody's holding your feet here, and that's going to allow you to do sit-ups. And if you can't do sit-ups, you could either do crunches or you can do another set of leg pulls from this position. We just want to be engaging our abs down here for another 12 seconds or so, and this will be the end of the first circuit when we get done. Okay, so that's the final set of the first circuit. We're getting a short break here. If you need some water, grab it, because things are going to get harder from here. From now on, instead of having 25 seconds between each set, we're just going to have 20. So things are picking up a little bit, and this is our last extended break. So now that you know the lifts, now that you're comfortable with it, we are going to pick it up. So our first lift here, the upright shoulder or upright cable row. Stand up nice and tall. Bring these handles up and join me in 2, 1. Let's go. Just 10 more seconds. Lunges coming up after this. Okay, so as I spin around again, the side with the weight is where I'm going to plant my foot. And the reason for that is I didn't like having the weight on the side that's going down because it caused me to hit my knee on the ground. So again, you're going to pull this weight up, one arm kind of on this bench, and then step back into these lunges. Careful with those knees. You got 10 more seconds. Keep it going. Okay, just switching sides now. And as you do this, for me, the leg that is planted is really where I engage a lot more in my quads. So that's the leg you tend to work more with these, is the leg that's planted. All right, let's step it back and keep it going. Again, try to avoid pulling on the back of the bench here. Just use it for maybe some extra balance. All right, keep holding on to those handles because we're going right into some bicep curls. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it going. Curl it up. All right, goblet squats up next. Connect these two carabiner clips together if you're doing them with resistance. Again, you can just do body weight, and also if you want somewhere in the middle, just do one handle and drop down and raise up. Here we go though. Drop and raise up. Now, as you do squats, in terms of your breathing, this can be a little bit different. Try it with me. So I want you to imagine that you're dipping out of a swimming pool. And when you're in your lowest spot, that's when you're holding your breath. And then you exhale at the top. And then inhale as you start to drop, hold it, and then exhale. Okay. Seated cross row. Let's get in position for this. Feet out wide, and then pull these arms back towards your shoulders. Now you're at the halfway point, but I don't want you looking at that clock. The clock is just going to keep ticking, and so are we. Okay, let's open up these handles here and get in position for our leg pulls to crunch. All right, let's pull the weight back and get into a crunch. And again, if you can't crunch up like me, that's okay. Just do a nice controlled leg pull. You know, maybe try getting your shoulders just off the ground a little bit. And same goes for sit-ups. So keep your feet under tension here. And, you know, you can keep doing these leg pulls or just do some little sit-ups. We all start somewhere, and it's all on the ground here for sit-ups. So let's get in position here. And here we go. And if you find sit-ups boring, like a lot of people, including me, you can throw a little twist in here, or maybe a double twist. Makes it a little harder too. Okay. 2 circuits down. Let's get in position for our final circuit. No extended rest. Let's grab these handles, upright cable rows in 5 seconds. Here we go, raise them up. Ten more seconds. Very nice. Ooh, lunges are up next. Last set of all of this stuff. Be looking forward to the end of these lunges. Let's get these handles up in position. Again, if you need the yoga mat underneath your knee, just be careful. Don't let it bang. Now, if you're not sweating and breathing hard, you need to move up to maybe even the advanced routine. Because I'm even sweating pretty good here. This is not taking it easy on you. And I hope you're finding this is at a good level, though, where it's nice and challenging. Because, all right, let's get in position here. Nice and challenging, but not, you know, impossible. And if you do find it's too hard, let me know in the comments, or let me know if it's just right, you know, after we're done here. Keep working, you got this. Okay, bicep curls coming up. We just got 5 sets left. So there is no quitting now. Let's curl them up. Let's go. Focus on standing up nice and tall. Try to imagine your elbows are fixed at the side of your body and you're just lifting these handles kind of in a circle around them. Okay, goblet squats. Again, you can do one side or you can connect the two together or just body weight. This is all up to you. And then we're going to grab these handles here, bring them up, and then we're going to start squatting. Nice and smooth, and then just raise straight up and out of it. Feel the power in your glutes and your quads as you raise up out of this. Okay, on the ground then, disconnect those handles, and we're going into some seated cross row. So again, I got these cables crossing over, and I'm just bringing them back towards my upper back or my shoulders here in a nice smooth fashion. You go nice and smooth, nice and slow with this. And you can even hold them at the fully extended position for just a moment and then release for a little more difficulty. Okay, 2 more sets to go. Open up those handles, put them on your feet. You are in the final couple exercises here. Leg pulls to crunch. Having a little trouble there. Okay, sit-ups, final thing coming up. Now, if you notice me having some trouble there, my cable came off the wheel, and sometimes you gotta just kind of fix that there. Okay, sit-ups, winding this up. Give me everything you got, final set. And I might be throwing some twist in here. Ten more seconds. Finish strong here. All right. Excellent job on finishing this beginner routine. It's a great place to start, and we're gonna remove our power rods from tension here, and then we're gonna wrap them up with a bungee cord. Great job, everybody, on finishing beginner cardio today. And I want you to come back to this routine as many times as you need it until you're ready for intermediate cardio. And then I want you doing intermediate cardio until you're ready for advanced cardio. And then I want you moving on to that. And if you need help in any of this journey that you're on, I would really encourage you to check out my Ko-Fi membership program. Now, they're very inexpensive. They start at $3 a month, and that gets you access to a workout journal. But at $6 a month, you get the real deal, which is workout programs. And that's going to help you, guide your way through all these different videos I have here on YouTube. It's going to help also give you a little bit of motivation to stick to the program. 3 or 4 days a week, it tells you exactly what video you should be doing that day. And it also factors in stuff like rest for each different muscle group. You're not going to blast your chest, 3 workouts in a row. You're going to have some rest time, and it's all structured that way. So be sure to check that out. And also, if you want your name in the credits, that's $12 a month, and it gets you access to all that other stuff. And I also want to give a big shout out to one of my Ko-Fi members, and that's Ryan S. Thank you, buddy, for all the feedback on those programs and helping me troubleshoot a few things along the way. Thank you to everybody joining me today. And as always, be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.